All right. Welcome to Neuromatch Academy. This is the first of our 2 live opening ceremonies. I hope that everyone can hear and see us okay. We had some technical difficulties there. I apologize for that. My name is Megan Peters. I am the president of Neuromatch, and I am joined by Nick Halper, who is the CEO of Neuromatch, and Kirvani, who is here joining us from the contests team, who will tell you all about the contest that we'll be running at Neuromatch Academy. We are so excited to have you guys here, to have you all here from all around the world. Can you see in the chat where everybody is from? This is so exciting. If you haven't said hi in the chat, definitely say hi. Let us know where you're from. Say what pod you're from, and maybe find some of your podmates in the chat. I hope you all have also been onboarded into the Discord server so you can find your podmates. You can talk with them. You can talk with your TA. We're so excited to have you here. And so we wanted to just have a little bit of a celebration about what Neuromatch Academy is and what you can expect over the next few weeks. And that's really what we wanted to talk about today. So Nick, if you could show the slides about NMA and inclusion and everything. I can't see the slides. We're having technical difficulties, so I'm hoping that that's what's on the screen right now. But I wanted to share, a little bit about what NMA is all about here. That NMA is really a Neuromatch Academy is about worldwide diversity, equality, equity, and inclusion. It's about connection and sharing, and it's about real learning in real time with your pod mates from all around the world. And it's also about networking and mentorship, and that's why we have those Discord servers for you. We're going to have some really exciting professional development events that we're going to be able to share with you guys so you can network and find jobs or graduate school opportunities later if you're still an undergraduate. Really, this is just a worldwide community. And we wanted to point out that, all of you here, we've got several thousand who are actually joining Neuromatch Academy this year. And they're joining over 5,000 Neuromatch Academy alumni from over 100 countries around the world from the past couple years. So you guys are joining such a huge family of Neuromatch Academy attendees and mentors and teaching assistants. And it's going to be great. You're going to have so much fun. So I wanted to also share with you on slide 3 what the specific mission of Neuromatch Academy is regarding diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so this is, we're really trying very hard to make all of our content maximally accessible. And we want to do that in ways that celebrate the way that people differ across the world. So this isn't just about race and ethnicity and gender. It's also about age. So we have people who are undergraduates all the way through postdocs, even faculty and industry folks here, people who are going back to school. So you might have some returning students in your pod. It's all about national origin, religion, regardless of any learning differences or disabilities that you might have. So we're working really hard to make all of our slides accessible. We make everything colorblind friendly. We close caption things in multiple languages. And if you want to join the captions team and you want to help translate the materials into other languages, let us know, because we're always looking for more people to help out with that. And just basically every other way that you can possibly think of diversity and celebrating the diversity of humanity. And so this is across different ideas and perspectives. You're going to meet people in your pod from different countries who speak different languages. And if they're not in your pod, they're going to be in the Discord server, so you can meet people from all around the world. And that's really, really very cool. And so then let's go ahead to slide 4. Which is all about how Neuromatch Academy is going to facilitate connection and sharing. So we want you to come to not only this opening event here, but we're going to have other live events that you're going to be able to be a part of. And these include professional development and mentorship kind of opportunities. And they're better when everybody comes. So despite the technical difficulties that we had at the beginning here, and I'm very sorry again, if you guys come, like we've got over, I want you guys to guess in the chat how many people we have live right now online. What do you guys think? I know there's a little bit of a delay here, so I'm going to wait just a couple seconds Put in the chat how many people you think are live online right now watching this stream. And so we'll wait. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's a little high. Oh, that's how many people. Okay, that's how many people are registered. How many people are actually live? That's how many people have registered for all of the Neuromatch Academy events, is that 1070 number. But how many people are live right now? Anyway, I'll let you guys guess in the chat. And then I'll tell you in just a couple minutes. So it's really exciting though, because if you saw in the chat, there are people from all over the world here, and these community events, this is how Neuromatch Academy builds its energy. And so we really hope that you will come and be part of it, and participate. And so mention us on Twitter as well, and like talk about your experiences, and talk about building the amazing energy that is NMA. So we wanted to also share with you a little bit about who builds NMA and where we come from. And so Nick, I'll pass the microphone to you here a little bit and say, you can say a couple words about who NMA is, who all the people are behind the scenes making Neuromatch Academy possible for the 550 live people in the audience right now, and the thousands of students who will be joining us from all over the world in the next couple weeks. So Nick, do you want to talk about who NMA is and what makes it special from the organizer's perspective as well?
Yeah, thank you, Megan. So as Megan said, NMA is not just about the students. It's not just about the volunteers or the people just in this room. There's a whole bunch of people that contribute to make this possible. This means the teaching assistants that you've all been paired up with. This is the instructors who made the videos possible. This is the panelists who are going to be on the career development panels that you're going to see later. This includes people like members of the executive committee that you'll meet throughout this meeting. But of course, the so many volunteers that make this happen. NMA is powered by over 500 volunteers that make all of this possible, as well as, of course, the most important people here, which are the students. You. You guys are Neuromatch Academy, and this is why we do what we do, is to make events like this possible, to make this type of connection and sharing possible. So happy to have all of you here and see the chat so active. It's awesome to seeing it zoom by and how many people are participating. But there's a lot that happens behind the scenes too, like I just mentioned. Neuromatch Academy is made up of all of these different teams that work on all the different parts of the experience that you guys are going to go through over the next 3 weeks. Whether this be things like the instructions, so actually putting together the lessons that you're working on, making sure people are coordinating the volunteers and getting everybody signed up on Discord and getting everybody in the right place at the right time and creating all the matching that happens. You have people managing all the technical aspects of it, making sure that you can sign into the portal and engage with the content. You have people who are responsible for professional development. So the career panels you're seeing, this event that we're in right now is made possible by this team. You have a diversity, equity, and inclusion team. Megan already emphasized how important this is. And these people make sure that all of the content that we produce is accessible and equitable and basically useful to everybody who wants to access it. We have our projects team who make the research projects you guys are going to work on possible. We have a curriculum team who helps develop the learning methods and style that we go through. And then, of course, we have people a little bit more on the back end. We have people who are responsible for admissions, getting you all in and signed up and looking at all the thousands of applications we receive. We have people managing finances for making all of this happen, people making all the videos possible, making all the code possible, double checking it, cleaning it, and making it perfect for all of you. And then, of course, our communications team to tell everybody where to be and what's going on, including getting us all into this room, which is a feat. And of course, there's real people behind these, right? These are just our executive members. They kind of like the leads behind all of what happens here over this course. But there's, of course, many more volunteers behind all of this. Like I said, Neuromatch is powered by hundreds of volunteers that make this all possible. And you'll get to meet some of them. They're probably talking to you in the chat right now. But you'll get to meet some of them throughout the course as well. And I'm sure you've already interacted with many of them. Just signing on and engaging in Neuromatch. So all of these volunteers power through this kind of content life cycle to bring the experience to you that you're going to be going through over the next 3 weeks. This includes people who prepare content, review it, check it, integrate it, edit it, test it out in live pre-pod sessions where they go through and basically run through the course in kind of like a sample session, and then it's iterative. They go through it again and they edit again and they check the code, and then it's launched for all of you. And this happens every year because this content is constantly iterated upon. We kind of think about it as being open source education, right? There's so many people who are contributing to making these lessons perfect so that you're getting the best of the best of the best. All these great minds are contributing to this type of education style. And I mentioned earlier that it's not just the volunteers, it's not just this team that makes these things possible, it's also these sponsors. And I want to emphasize that these sponsors aren't just people who are coming in and donating some money to make this possible. These are really partners of NeuroMatch. These are people that are working on really cool neuroscience projects of their own, really cool data science projects of their own. And you'll be interacting with some of these kind of sponsors through the career development panels, but they're also just great people that you can connect to through NeuroMatch and kind of get involved with. So with this, I'll pass it to Kirvani, who can talk a little bit about some of the awesome contests that are going to happen during NeuroMatch Academy this year.
Thank you so much, Nick. So till now, you got to know about what NeuroMatch is, what we are doing, and every single thing. So time for some fun part at NeuroMatch. So we have some awesome talent, awesome contests called the NMA Got Talent. So apart from learning and meeting a bunch of people and all of the professional development that you do, at the same time, we also have this amazing fun activities which help you reconnect, which help you connect with your pod mates, have fun, and at the same time, do your best at NeuroMatch. So we have 6 categories of contests for every single one of you to participate, which include the music contest, the photography contest, the t-shirt design contest, stand-up comedy, meme contest, graphic and art design. So which pretty much includes every single thing that every single one of you is invited to participate. And we do have some exciting winners at the end of it, and we also have some super amazing gifts for every single one of you who wins. So I would just say have fun and participate in all of the contests and do your best. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Kirvani. Yeah, the contests are a really cool way for you to get involved, not only with your pod, but also with a lot of the other folks around NMA. So I'll tell you that if you look on our YouTube channel, you can see some of the
I think we might have lost Megan.
Yeah.
Okay. We lost Megan. Megan is joining us from a hotel in Amsterdam while she's traveling. So she's really excited to be here, but also on very unstable internet. But as she was saying, these contests are really awesome, and you guys should see the different submissions that people put through in the past. It's awesome to see how much different talents that we have in this community. So I do encourage you to participate in these. They're a really fun addition to NeuroMatch and kind of add on. It's not just hard coursework the whole time. It's a lot about this kind of having fun as well, because you always learn best when you're having fun.
So you can see the last year's contest in our YouTube channel, and you can participate in it and have fun at the same time.
Exactly. So my last message to you today, before we launch into a brief panel, is just to consider continuing engaging with the NeuroMatch community. It doesn't end here. I know you're just at the beginning, but it doesn't end here either. You can continue participating in all of these different types of things that we offer. Conferences, volunteering, these career events, matching and collaboration services so that you can be partnered with scientists and people that you're going to enjoy talking to. There's all sorts of things that NeuroMatch does. And I'd really love for you guys to continue engaging with us past NeuroMatch Academy.
Can you guys hear me? Am I back?
You are back.
Yes.
Yay! Okay,
Yay.
good. So I didn't miss too much. Sorry about that, everybody. I think, as Nick said, I'm joining from a hotel in Amsterdam, and they assured me the internet would work, and it is not working great. So I hope I didn't miss too much. But thanks, Nick, for taking over and telling about all the things that we'd like you to do after Neuromatch Academy as well. So actually, with that in mind, let's see if we can. Shub, do you see any of the alumni in the audience who might be able to tell us about their experience in Neuromatch Academy? We can see if we can pull up some alumni. And if you are an alum and you want to come up on stage, you can say so in the chat. And maybe we can also pull just a few other members of the executive committee up here as well, so that they can tell you a little bit more about what the experience is like throughout the course. And so while we're waiting to see if we can pull some of the alumni up on stage, I'll just tell you a little bit about what you can expect also over the next 3 weeks. So I've been involved in Neuromatch Academy from the beginning, and I've seen how intense it can be for students. And so I really want to impress upon you that this is going to be an intense 3 weeks. And that's going to be like part of the fun, is that it's going to be crazy. It's going to be really intense. And at the end, you're going to feel like you just like stood under this waterfall of information. And it's going to be worth it, but it's going to feel intense at the time. So I just want to it's a waterfall, it's a fire hose of information, and that's so exciting. And you should be prepared for that. And you should know that the organizers are here and the TAs are here to support you every step of the way. And I can see now that we have a couple alumni here. Welcome to Grant and Li Xin, Nora. I hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly. So welcome, guys.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
So,
you.
Yeah. Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, we can. So why don't you, I'm just going to ask both of you to tell us a little bit about your experiences with Neuromatch Academy and what you want the new students to take away from the course at the end of 3 weeks. So just tell us about how it was for you guys.
Okay. Maybe I go first.
Yeah, go ahead, Nora.
Okay, thank you. And I will do a little bit introduction of myself. My name is Li Qing Huang. I am a PhD candidate from Shenzhen University, which locates in Guangzhou, China. And my research interest is in how people acquire knowledge during the social interactions. And I also use computational models coupled with EEG and fMRI to study the hidden process and neural correlates. And my experience with NMA actually started at July of 2020. I took the program for two successive years. And actually, I think it's a very fantastic program for the people just like me, students and young scholars who are interested in this field, and it offers me a view to see how we can use models to study human cognition and behaviors. And in NMA, we have thorough tutorials prepared by a group of brilliant lecturers, and we have they are balancing with theoretical backgrounds and also in class practice. So I have learned a lot from this experience actually. And we also have TA and a well-organized community. We can share our new knowledge, and we learn every day and we discuss with each other, and we help a lot. It's much better for you to just learn the stuff all by your own. Yeah. And for me, the experience with NMA is a huge event, and it laid the foundation for my future career. And because in here, I'm not only learn the essential knowledge of how to build a model based on a specific research question, and most wonderfully, I also made amazing friends with the teammates who share common interests here, and it's indeed an unforgettable time for me. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, that's awesome! Thank you for sharing that. And it's great to have you here. It's great to see that you were here from the very beginning too, from the first cohort of Neuromatch Academy. That's awesome.
Yes, I wish. wish the project a great success.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Well, thanks for being here, and thanks for helping champion this and telling the new students what to expect. So Grant, let's hear from you next.
Yeah, hey everybody. My name is Grant. Last name Vows in Dishington. I'm a alumni from last year's program, although I've been paying attention to NeuroMatch since it first started back in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. I'm actually just 2 days from now starting a new job as a senior data scientist at the ETS, which is responsible for a lot of the standardized testing that students in America and abroad are responsible for taking. So I don't know anything about that job yet, so I can't really tell you about it. I previously have been a contractor at Apple doing like natural language processing stuff. And before that, I was a research engineer at a nonprofit doing a lot of research in how to make online spaces, social media, and video games safer and deal better with problematic content. In a previous life, more years ago than I care to admit right now, I was a PhD student at UC San Diego, where I did a lot of neuroscience studies because I was very interested in the cognitive science end of things as well as electrophysiology. It's been kind of many years since those days now, so when NMA happened last year, I saw kind of a chance to re-engage with one of my interests that I'd sort of lost touch in. I do entertain aspirations of going back for a PhD someday, just not at the present moment. So NMA was a great sort of introduction for that. I really enjoyed getting, back in touch with an academic-like community and research-interested community that I'd kind of lost touch with over the years. So you can expect a lot out of the networking. And I say that as a kind of networking-averse person, or at least not the best at those particular skill sets. If I could encourage all the people in NMA this year to do one thing, it's to remember that none of the material is necessarily final. It's always open to improvement, being better, being modified, being more accessible. So if you go through part of the program and something's not sticking or something just doesn't seem to be working out, don't assume that the problem is with you. It's probably just not the natural progress of developing a program and making it better over time. NMA is still very young, and it can benefit from your participation as much as you can benefit from it. So please be engaged and constructive, and you will better both yourself and the program. And I really look forward to seeing what feedback people bring this year.
Thanks, Grant. Yeah, that's a really, really great point. And congrats on the new job. I saw some congratulations in the chat too. That's fantastic. And what a really interesting background too. So this is just a fantastic way of showing off how diverse NMA really is. It's not just traditional students who are, they went straight through to undergrad, like to a master's or a PhD program. It's also people who are coming back to academia, coming back to science after having lived a little bit in the real world for a time. And so this is really a cool opportunity to engage with people who've got tons of diverse life experiences. And you're so spot on. You're so right that NMA is a living, breathing, evolving thing. And that's part of what makes NMA so amazing, is that it's all of you. And that's what Nick said earlier too. It's that it's all of you who make NMA possible. And so if you find a bug or there's something that you think that can be clarified, we've got some ways that we've set up so that you can actually submit issues through GitHub, so we can fix those bugs. Don't just submit issues willy-nilly, or we'll never be able to find anything, but we've got some systems that are in place. I think the TAs you're supposed to funnel through the TAs. Don't quote me on that. We'll figure it out. We'll provide instructions on that. But this is all about you guys and how we can make these materials better. So they are always iteratively being improved. And if you see something that you think you can make better or that you want to contribute, chances are you've just signed yourself up for actually helping to fix it. And so, but that's what makes NMA so amazing, is that it's this kind of crowdsourced energy and endeavor. So thanks, Grant, and thanks for coming and sharing your experiences. And it also looks like we have one other alum here. Hanbo, do you want to tell us a little bit about your experiences as well?
Oh yeah, okay. Let me see.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you, Megan, and thank you, everyone. So I starting from the first season of the AMA. So I became a real interactive student. So first year I participated in the computational neuroscience, and the second year I participated in the deep learning course. So I feel very well educated because I met a lot of friends and students, and also fantastic TAs. Also, I learned about a lot of skills. And this year, I find I have to learn more about how to communicate with each other and how to enhance my own study and enhance my own understanding of the computational neuroscience, as well as know more about what other people think about. So I choose to become a project TA. So I will interact with different students to collaborate with their.
Nope, I think we lost Tombo.
Yeah. So
oh,
actually,
there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I'm currently a research assistant at Peking University in China, but also an incoming PhD student in the University of Arizona. So my interest is about the computational basis of the how people can learn about the something like the generalization. Yeah, so that's about my basic background. And also there are some tips, or there are some my own understanding of how to make most use of the NMA course. So and as the same with the two for alumni mentioned, so I think the most important part is trying to engage in each part of the NMA course, whether about the programming or watching the video, going through the tutorials, or doing projects with your teammates. So just try to engage as much as possible. So from my own personal experience, so first year I participate as an interactive student about computational neuroscience. So but my teammates are from different backgrounds. Some are from psychology, and some from the neuroscience, and some are from the bioengineering. So they are actually from a diverse backgrounds. But what I learned is not only about what the tutorials wrote on, such as the reinforcement learning models or something like the dynamic models, but also I learned from how different people from different backgrounds, how they think about the models, how they think about the projects, about the specific scientific question. So that is definitely works well for me, because different fields work really, really different. But when they gather together, we use some, expected commonly used approaches, such as computational models, but we can get some really inspired ideas. And second year, I joined as a deep learning course. But there are also computer science students, and there are also computational neuroscience. And I'm more like the computational models. I majorly do the data with behaviors. So actually from different point of views, but we gather as a point that we can work on with the deep learning work, from computational neuroscience or from the psychology. So deep learning is not that a very commonly seen tool. So, but we still find a very good point to get use deep learning, use a deep reinforcement learning to do what we want to do. So actually, I think apart from tutorials, we for engaging as much as possible, we can really learn from what our teammates and from different backgrounds, they can teach us really, yeah. And finally, maybe for the connections, I think I made a very good friend. So in the computational neuroscience course, and he's really good because he's also from psychology field, and I'm also from psychology. But after the course, we still talk about our own projects, and we also communicate with career opportunities. And also, I believe that NMA does a lot to contribute for my PhD application, because I participate the computational neuroscience and deep learning course, and also my supervisor, Robert Wilson at University of Arizona, he is also doing computational neuroscience, and he is also planning to do some deep learning learning on the on the human behaviors. So I believe that there must be some factors that this AMA training that enable me to quantify maybe his expectations to be an incoming student, a PhD student. So actually, I really appreciate the opportunities, and I really want to pass what I have learned, what I think about, and the spirit of AMA to the next generation of students. So I choose to come back this year, and I hope everything will goes well with all my interactive parts. So that's all I want to say. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you so much. Oh, that was such a beautiful way of describing what NMA is all about, because you're so right. It isn't just about the content, which is there, and there's a lot of it, and that's awesome, and it does help you in your application to a job or to graduate school or to a postdoc or whatever you want to do next. But it really is about the community. It's about the diversity of ideas, the diversity of backgrounds. Anybody can go and watch the videos online. Like, they're there. You guys all know that they're going to be there. I see in the chat, they're also there after the course. You can always go back to the materials. You can always go back to the videos. But right now, the best thing that you can do is be there and interact with your pod, do a group project, interact with your project TA like Hanbo to be able to do your group project and really like get in there and make some friends and interact with people who have different backgrounds, different perspectives, who are coming at this material with different skill sets. And you can learn just as much from the people in your pod as you can from the materials themselves. And those materials will be there waiting for you if you don't get every detail. And so that's what a beautiful way of summing up the NMA experience and the power of this community. So thank you so much for sharing that. And congratulations on your admission to Arizona. We wish you the very best in your PhD program. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I think that's a wonderful note to end on here, that NMA is about community. It's about a massive amount of material that will be there for you at the end when you get to the end and you're like, wow, I got like 20% of all of that. That's okay. This is like a PhD in a box in 3 weeks. You're not going to get all the details, and that's okay. But just enjoy it. Be there with your group. Be there with the NMA community, with your TAs, with your pod mates, with your mentors, with the organizers. We're going to be there in the Discord server, chatting with you, saying hi, making sure that you're getting everything that you need. So I think that that's probably a good place for us to stop for now. But this has been such a wonderful, engaging event. Thank you to all of the alumni who joined us. This is great. I saw some other alums in the chat as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is so exciting. And it's really wonderful to meet you. I haven't met some of you, so this is great. So thanks for being part of NMA, to the alums who are here on screen, to the alums who are in the audience, to the organizers who are in the audience, to the organizers who are asleep because it's the middle of the night, to all of the teaching assistants and students who will be joining us over the next 3 weeks. This is going to be so exciting, and we are so excited to have you here, and you're going to learn so much, and you're going to make such great friends. And we will see you all in the Discord server. And if you had fun today, there's another one of these opening ceremonies run by some of the other organizers that happens in 10 hours or something like that. I'm not sure. I have to go do the time zone change. But come back here to this same link and you will see when that one's going to open. And you'll get to hear from some other alumni and some other organizers. And all of these events, all of these live events are always recorded. You can always come back here and view these recordings. If you hit the schedule button in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see all of the events that are happening here at NMA that are live, and all of the recordings from previous events. So you are all awesome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for putting up with our technical difficulties. And we will see you in the Discord server and in your pods. So yeah, enjoy, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.